Ready?
I am.
Ok. Bem-vindos ao canal Amigo Gringo. Eu sou o Seth. Aqui está uma pessoa que vocês conhecem. É minha mãe, Judy F. Kugel. Welcome.
Hi.
Amigo Gringo. You've been here before.
Absolutely. Love coming to visit Amigo Gringo.
Em fato, eu estou visitando ela e meu pai é Thanksgiving. Bom, hoje é Black Friday, né? Quando vocês estão assistindo este vídeo. Mas é Thanksgiving, a semana de Thanksgiving. E este ano, tristemente, não dá para ter toda a família juntos. Eu fiz quarentena, fiz teste de Covid, vim de carro sem mais ninguém, não parei em nenhum lugar. Estou aqui, mas meu irmão e meus sobrinhos e minha cunhada não podem estar aqui, infelizmente. How do you feel about that?
I feel very sad because Thanksgiving is my very favorite holiday because it's the one time of the year that everybody is together. And this year we can't do that.
Daqui a pouco vocês mandaram muitas perguntas para minha mãe. Se não está nos seguindo no Instagram, seu amigo gringo, você perdeu sua oportunidade de fazer a pergunta. Então siga aí no Instagram ou no Facebook. Mas antes disso, é Black Friday mesmo. E como vocês que vão seguindo o canal sabem, hoje acaba a maior oferta do ano do
Cambly.
Isso, a Cambly, que vocês sabem, te conecta com professores de inglês, a falantes nativos. Hoje só, até meia-noite. Nem sei se é hora de Brasília, hora de, sei lá, hora de Inglaterra, não sei. O maior desconto do ano, planos anuais a metade de preço, a partir de... esqueci, acho que são 65. And of course, we need to go to our Cambly teacher very briefly. Today we will be showing her takaka. Do you know what takaka is?
No.
Antes de falar com a minha mãe, vamos para a Reese, professora do Cambly, e este mês vamos mostrando para ela vários pratos, fotos de pratos brasileiros. Hoje é o dia do norte, takaka. Vamos ver o que ela acha. Reese!
Hi guys, how are you again? I'm going to review another food from Brazil. This looks like a soup. It's got shrimp in it and it looks like maybe collard greens or some kind of lettuce. It actually looks really good.
I like this too. It's a very unusual soup. You'll only find it in the north of Brazil, in the Amazon. It's called tacacá.
Tacacá.
Perfect. And it's traditionally also sold on the street. Now, that is shrimp. It's river shrimp, not ocean shrimp, because you're in the Amazon.
Wow.
And the liquid is made of, it's a product of cassava, like yuca.
Yeah.
And it's called tucupi, so it's kind of sour tasting. I really like it. And then the green stuff is jambu. You're right, it is a leaf, but it makes your mouth fall asleep.
Oh, it numbs you?
It doesn't numb you enough to get a root canal.
Oh, okay.
It's a pleasant sort of sensation. You're eating it and you're like, that's
okay.
weird.
It looks delicious.
I will tell you just off the record that a lot of people don't like it because the liquid has this weird sour taste. But we're not going to do that.
Thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed talking to you guys so much. I hope I get to be back again. It was nice seeing you. Bye.
Obrigado, Reese. Foi ótimo ter você com a gente neste mês. Semana que vem, outro professor do Cambly. Agora vamos para as perguntas para minha mãe. Let's go to the questions for my mother. Tem legendas, pessoal, no Instagram estão aparecendo aqui, mas no YouTube você tem que ligar as legendas em português ou em inglês lá embaixo e aí vão entendendo se você não entende. Mas ela é fácil de entender. Ela não fala tão rápido, pode até tentar sem legendas. Okay, ready for some questions?
Sure.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, this question is for Marcelo Reloaded. I'm going to read it in Portuguese and then translate it, okay? Aí vocês vão ouvir português, mas ela vai ouvir inglês. Mrs. Kugel, onde a senhora acertou na educação do Jeremy que faltou para o Seth?
Well, you see, Seth was the first child, and so you don't know as much as you do when you have the second child. So I think I was a little more relaxed.
With Jeremy?
Yeah, with the second child, Jeremy.
And what result did that have?
Well, I'm sorry, but I cannot tell you that that one child has a better result than the other because they are both fantastic.
Margaride Santos, 22, escreveu quando o Seth vai dar netinhos. Next question. Okay, Débora Camargo Silva. Ela escreveu em inglês. Do you know how to make farofa?
I know that farofa is delicious, and I have had it in Brazil. I do not know, I have not made it. I have made cheese bread, which I can't pronounce.
Pão de queijo. Yeah, ela tem medo de falar pão de queijo porque vai sair pau de queijo. Agora, Cecília Suzuki. Ok, this is a good question. Cecília Suzuki, como foi viver o período da Segunda Guerra Mundial? Lembra de alguma coisa? Minha mãe tinha, tipo, 2 anos quando começou a guerra, ou 1 ano.
I remember very little about the Second World War. I do remember that we had little tokens. You were limited in what you could buy, and were also limited in gas and how much gas you could buy. And I think we had a B-level sticker on my dad's car because he was a salesperson and he traveled a lot.
So that you were allowed to use gas. If you got more gas if you were a salesperson?
I'm not positive. I really don't know, but I do know that there were great limits on things like sugar and gas.
Do we have any relatives that fought in the Second World War?
Not to my knowledge.
We do have a relative that fought in the Korean War, and that is my father, que tá tirando soneca agora. Valdinísia e Luciana. Nossa, são 2 pessoas. Ok, escreveram. Não tenho pergunta, apenas agradecer pelo seu filho, ele nos ensina muito.
And I want to say you're welcome, and I think that he gets as much from doing what he does as you think you get.
Fabrício Frei, sua mãe conhece o Brasil, se não, tem vontade de conhecer.
Yes.
Ela respondeu isso outro vídeo, eu vou colocar o link sobre a viagem deles pro Brasil. É outra entrevista com minha mãe e meu pai. Vamos para outra? Eu tinha falado para ela que não tem perguntas difíceis, mas aqui é uma pergunta difícil. GF Lacerda, o que ela achou de todos os conflitos dos Estados Unidos ao longo da vida dela? Abraço. Do you have any answer to
Well,
that?
actually, I'm sort of against war. War even within the family, as in, can't we all get along? So I don't have a real answer to that question. It's just wars kill people and life is valuable and I don't like wars and I don't like the people who start them. I guess that's not a very good answer, but...
No, that's a good answer. Flávio Matheus MC Souza diz: você acha que o Seth de 82 anos viverá um futuro melhor ou pior nos Estados Unidos?
I'm a little worried about that because I think the United States is in a really bad place, but it's 32 years until he's my age. We can hope that things will get better. I'm worried about the environment. I'm worried about a lot of things. I'm worried about overpopulation. I'm worried about refugees. Oh my gosh, I just worry about everything.
She worries about me. Ela está super preocupada por mim. Ela é uma mãe, né? Uma mãe se preocupa por tudo. Ok, this is an interesting question. Martins Gigi. E várias pessoas fizeram uma pergunta parecida, então vou fazer só a versão dela. Como é a aposentadoria por aí?
It's a little bit confusing, I think, because nowadays people are working longer. There are not as many young people paying into what we call Social Security, which helps pays for that.
So what we have, Social Security, right? So
Right.
if you've worked a certain amount of time, you get payments from the government.
Right.
It's not too much, but it's
It's something, and it's reevaluated every year. I think we're going to get.
it's more than they get in Brazil. Let's put
Okay.
it that way.
Well, I don't know what they get in Brazil,
But most people, like people of your generation, often have like pensions, right?
Oh, I do.
You have a pension, so you're getting paid by Harvard every month. What percentage of your salary?
I don't know because I also had them take out extra money. I had them take out as much as they could so that I would have it for when we weren't working anymore.
Renata Rodrigues dos Santos. Sua mãe é maravilhosa, Seth. O que ela acha dos brasileiros?
I have
No pressure.
I have not met a Brazilian that I don't like.
How many Brazilians have you met?
I visited Brazil. I've met Brazilians who live in this country. The woman who helps me clean my house is from Brazil.
Muito
Kilme.
típico aqui em Massachusetts, tá? Todo mundo que é empregadas domésticas, ela vem, she comes once a week.
Once every other week.
Uma vez cada 15 dias chega uma, como chama as pessoas do Espírito Santo? Capixaba. Muitas vezes, eu já conheci ela muitas vezes, ela é muito bacana.
She watches Amigo Gringo also.
But you've met a lot of my friends who are Brazilian, and you've had students who are Brazilian.
Oh, absolutely.
Paulo Chaves Jr., qual estilo de vida ela adotou para hoje estar assim, saudável, linda e de bem com a vida? Ah, puxa saco, ok.
Oh, that's such a nice question. I do try to keep myself healthy because I enjoy my life very much. So I do work out and I do walk. I used to run and ride my bike. I don't do that so much anymore. I think I was just blessed by being somebody who sees the glass as half full.
Ah, Carlos Eduardo Pereira, 938. O que significam aqueles bonecos pendurados a cadeiras?
I like crafts, and we were traveling in Canada, and we saw them, and I just fell in love with them, and they have been everywhere with us.
Come on, they're you.
They
and
are?
Dad. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
obviously
excuse
what
me.
they are.
They are me and Seth's father.
Don't you think?
No.
Yes, they are. It's two lovely older people. You've never really thought of them as the two of you?
No. Because they're farmers.
Yeah, they're also made of yarn. So they're different from you in many ways. It's called symbolism.
Oh, yes.
Eu gostei dessa pergunta. Carol Baroninho. Algum conselho para uma mulher de 27 anos? Or if you could give advice to your 27-year-old self.
Times are different than when I was 27. I think that I would have been a little bit quicker at establishing a career that I loved, but I was fortunate enough to get to something by the time I was 40 that I loved for.
Did you explain briefly what you ended up doing?
There's at Harvard University, there's a graduate school of public policy. It's called the Harvard Kennedy School, and I worked there for 33 years. And the last thing I did there was I was dean of students.
Another one about the dolls. Esses bonequinhos são tradição do Dia de Graças.
No, but they look like they should be.
They are kind of Thanksgiving-like.
Yeah.
Right? Because Thanksgiving is a harvest
That's right.
festival. Da colheita, né? A colheita e a final do nosso verão e outono agora, que tudo está ficando vazio e frio e tudo. Tem uma festa grande e tem a ver com a agricultura e tudo. Então, tudo bem. A mesma pessoa, Mara Tassila. Como funciona o dia de ação de graças? A família se reúne e cada um diz sobre o que é grato, fazem algo para agradecer esse dia. Antes dela responder, a gente tem um vídeo do Thanksgiving do ano passado, que eu vou colocar também o link, talvez aqui, sei lá, ou ao final do vídeo ou na descrição. É ótimo, mostra toda a nossa ceia de Thanksgiving do ano passado.
First, let me talk about myself. Thanksgiving is my very favorite holiday because I love to cook and I love to eat, and there are no presents so that nobody is disappointed. And in our house, we've been making the same food and serving it in the same dishes for as long as I can remember. It's just, and as the family expanded, I used to have a lot of students, international students to our house, but as the family expanded and we had our own grandchildren, it's turned into more of just a family affair. But it is my favorite day of the year except for this year.
E este ano, né? Que este ano não vai rolar, é só nós três que vamos estar aqui. Mas vamos tentar fazer uma coisa por Zoom. Mas assista esse vídeo. Ok, and the final, I saved the hardest question for last. Danilo Maciel. Vocês acham que os Estados Unidos deveriam ter algo similar ao SUS? Ela não sabe muito do SUS, pessoal, então eu vou perguntar em geral se deve ter um sistema mais público.
That's a very difficult question. I think that, in my mind, as sort of a combined offerings so that there would be, nobody should be left without any health care coverage. Nobody. But those people who are able to and want to have private health care should be allowed to do it also.
Well, that's like Brazil.
Is
Lots
it?
of people have private health care in Brazil.
Okay.
Ela está dizendo isso porque tem o medo das pessoas que são contra esse sistema que vão perder o plano de saúde deles. Agora, o próximo presidente Biden não vai fazer isso. O Bernie Sanders, quem sabe se ele teria feito isso exatamente. Bom, I think that is it. Thank you for your appearance. Everybody loves you,
I love
including
you.
me.
I love all of you who love Amigo Gringo.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.